Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
We're going to do a video the likes of which we don't generally do, Mr. Magazine.
Oh, you're not going to talk much?
That would be a really bad video. Nothing personal.
Either way.
So, I'm going to give you a quote. Well, first I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to give you a quote.
Okay.
What do you feel the comic book and sports card markets will be doing in 2024? And should you be buying now?
Well, I don't see any reason for, I want to throw eBay in there, the sports card industry, comic industry, or eBay. I don't see how it's going to get better anytime soon. That's just my opinion. If you got a reason why you think it might be, shoot it to me. But I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be plummeting, but I don't think they're going to be holding steadily low as they've been. And not that I want a COVID to come back for people, because that really made people a lot of money. But something has to happen for the industry to, and maybe interest rates has to come down or something, or obviously minimum wages going up, which is a little shot in the arm, but something big has to happen to make, say you had a comic or card worth $50,000 2 years ago, now it's worth 25 or 30. A lot has to happen to get that card back up. It's not like investing into a business or something on the stock market where, they could make $1 billion in a year and the stock would double. The card industry, it can go up and it goes down a lot faster than it goes up. So that's my opinion.
All right. Would you like to hear a quote?
Sure.
I don't know if you've ever heard of the gentleman before or not. His name is Warren Buffett.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he said, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. And what I have noticed, I've been watching a fair amount of content over on YouTube. Hit the like button, like and subscribe. And what a lot of the people that follow the comic book market are saying, and I'm sure it's the same over in the card market. I just happen to be watching comic book videos, like all grown men should, is they're saying that the prices, not on every comic obviously, but on most comics right now, the prices are right where they were October/November of 2020, which was right before the market started going crazy. Okay. So if you had a book that was, a $1,500 book then, it's a $1,500 book now. Now, it may have gone up to $3,500 in the height of all the madness, but it's back down to $1,500. And what a lot of these people are saying is it may dip a little further, but that we're actually at the value. And it, of course, saying at the value leaves out inflation. So it's actually, the $1,500 is actually worth less now. But we're at the value that it was before the madness. And so they're saying that now it might be a good time to buy, that they see for the next 4 to 6 months, prices kind of stabilizing, maybe going down a little more, but stabilizing. Yeah. But their other theory is you're never going to be able to hit the absolute bottom of the market on any way other than luck. So they do not feel that $1,500 book, and we're saying it's not a spec book. It's not some crazy book that just went up, whatever. It's a book that's had value for a long time. That book's not going to go down to $200 or anything at all like that. Maybe if it's at $1,500 now, maybe it'll go down to $1,300, $1,250, and then it'll stabilize and it'll go back up. So they're saying that they're looking March or April to start buying, and that seems to be the sentiment at this point for a lot of people. Now, I've definitely noticed different books are going down when I've been buying them over on Heritage. And I'll give you the perfect example of a book that's selling for way under guide at this point. And a couple of years ago, everything was selling for above guide. Yeah. It would be Special Marvel Edition 15 with Master of Kung Fu. It guides at 9.2 at something like $920, something like that. And the last one at Heritage sold for something like $500. Wow. And that's graded. Yeah. Went for $500 graded on a book that's supposed to be worth $900 and some dollars. Now that's one of the not 9.2. That's one of the most egregious examples. But there are other books too that I've seen. Now that may have been one of those that shot up because of the movie and everything like that. And I don't think the production run on that was super high to start with. on a book like that. But it's interesting to watch. And again, I'm still doing the same thing that I've been doing all along. Is I've been going over to Heritage, and when prices seem low, I've been putting lower bids on things.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you pick something or other off and you get lucky. So after I've told you that quote, and after I've told you what a couple of different, we'll call them experts. They got to be experts. They have YouTube channels. What they've said. Any thoughts? Have you changed your mind, or are you still going to hold your thing that you think it's going to kind of stay where it is? Which is kind of what they're saying also.
Yeah, I mean, and you can play it by ear if if it gets, say it's dipping a little bit. I buy to invest, but more to collect. So if it's something, I don't want to, if I buy something that's not going to be a $5 comic, well, it's just going into my run for Spider-Man. I know it's not going to be $500, but lately I've been trying to buy keys and stuff like that, or high grade keys, because that's where that's where all the interest and the money is, in the 9/8 for comics or 9s and 10s for cards. But yeah, if it gets softer, and I got so much money to spend, I might spend more, just because I can scarf up some stuff cheaper. If I have $5,000 to spend, and now I can get $7,000 in comics for $5,000, where it would have been $7,000, 6 months ago, well, then I'm going to do that. So definitely going to be, shrewd with my money and see how the market goes.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the best thing all the time, is to make sure that you have, as they say, keep your powder dry. And what that means is you've got the money sitting there waiting for the right deal to come along. And let's say that you want, and we're leaving out, obviously if a 9/2 action #1 comes, all bets are off. That's going to go for what it's going to go for. It doesn't matter. That's insane money. That's going to go for insane money no matter what market you're in. But you've got something or other that's a little more run-of-the-mill, Amazing Spider-Man 121. That's Death of Gwen Stacy. It's a good book, no doubt at all about it. You're always going to be able to find another one.
Well, I'm sure there's, I'm going to say 20 minimum, maybe 30 or 40 on eBay at any given time, between raw and graded, any condition, any price you want. And if it's, let's say I needed that, I would look at what they sold for, and I'd try and buy one for that same price range, the lowest one.
Yeah,
in condition, obviously.
And that's one of those things that if there are 4 auctions a month at Heritage, 3 of those auctions have that comic in it. Mm-hmm. So, things like that, you certainly can sit around because there's going to be another one coming. Now, if you're into some really obscure Golden Age book that only comes up once every 8 years, buy it when you see it. Yeah. I don't care what you're paying for it. Exactly. If you need 3 more comics for this set and you've been working on it for 35 years, I don't care what you're paying for it. Get it if that's what your passion is. So that kind of goes without saying on that kind of stuff. But again, on the more run-of-the-mill, even if they are keys, as long as they're not, killer condition, like incredible condition, bide your time. If a good deal comes along, get it. And good deals will be coming along. And on something or other like that, it's always going to be holding some level of value. Yeah. So you do not worry that, oh my gosh, it was $1,500. I bought it for $1,200, and then 3 weeks later, one sold for $1,100. Don't worry about it. It's going to be back up to $1,500 within a 2-year period or something.
I would set a price in advance. Say, hey, I want this comic, but I'm only paying $150. So if it's at
for that $1,500 book, wow, good luck.
It's raw. Any book, for $150. Point is, say it's at $200, then it goes to $175. Like you said, $150. Okay, I'm buying now. I don't care what it goes. If it drops down, this is the price I wanted to pay. I'm happy paying that. If it goes below, who cares?
Well, and that's one of the good things about being a collector as well is, once I have it, would I like to upgrade? Yes, obviously you always want to upgrade. You always want to, but it's not nearly as important to me to get it at that point.
Well, you don't have to sell it and turn a profit either if you're keeping it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I got $200 into it. Now I got $250 with the grading. It's only going for $180. Oh my God! I'm either going to sell it for a loss or sit on it with my money. Well, when you're collecting, one, it's more fun, but two, you don't have that stress where you have to turn it into a business.
Right. It's sitting in my collection, and I may look at it, but I may look at the value of it in 5 years and go, oh, I paid $250 and it's only $225 now. Oh wow, okay. But I didn't care because it filled in that spot in my collection.
Or if you have 2 and you're selling a lower grade and you only have $5, you bought it 20 years ago for $5 and you can get $200 now when it used to be 3 or 4. Well, who cares? You're still making good money. You still have one in your collection, higher grade, and you're flipping it, and you can do better with the money you're selling it for.
Right. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. So again, I'm going to leave you with Warren Buffett's quote. Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. And if you follow that throughout life, you'll find out that you'll do very, very well. You'll probably have no nails and be pulling your hair out at times.
Probably won't be a billionaire like him. Odds are.
Oh, well, odds are, but
Yeah, I'm going with the odds.
you'll be doing okay for yourself.
Oh, I'm no
you
billionaire.
you'll have a few ulcers and all that sort of thing, but it'll end up paying off well in the long run. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Do hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Do not be fearful of hitting the like button.
Okay. Bye-bye.